Give it up for Mike Farrell.
Thank you so much, Mark. Hello, and thanks for having me. And I'm happy to be here. And my name's Mike, and I'll be your guide for the next 50 minutes or so. Okay, what are we talking about? That was a pretty good introduction. Basically, Alexander went, whoo, big macro context, which I really enjoyed. I'm sort of going to be bringing it down to sort of what's going on right now here in North America, looking at tweens, teens, young adults, what they're doing online, all that kind of stuff. I am not going to get into too detail. I got a bunch of data I'll walk you through in terms of just what they're doing, and some interesting data there about smartphone aspiration versus actually adoption and all that, because I'm sure that's on everyone's mind. But I'm going to be talking more about sort of the macro context from my perspective, what makes young people tick right now, and so that's where we're going to be going on that. Anyway, very quickly, I'm Mike Farrell. I'm the partner and chief strategic officer, which is a really highfalutin title for the. I'm in charge of our research function there. We started out as a research shop back in 2001, basically focused exclusively on tweens, teens, and young adults here in Canada. Fast forward to now, we're also a full-on agency as well as a marketing and promotion company. We got an office in California as well as in Toronto. That's our business model. We focus exclusively on the modern citizen consumer. At first it was like youth, then it became young adults. Now it's just the future, which is really helping out our business model. So I like that very much. We eat, sleep, and breathe contemporary culture. We're very immersed in it, and that's where we talk from. We're also very immature over there, which is, that's me. I look great. Those aren't my best shades, but that's okay. And the reason I say that is just it's very important in an organization these days, as everybody out here probably understands. A lot of you guys are in the creative content business. It's about getting out there, getting those new ideas from the edge. You know, we're very into bringing interns into the shop all the time, get new ideas. They drive a lot of what we do. And there you go. We even have high school students in there helping us out, so that's really good. Just a tiny bit in terms of the data in our chops, just because I'm going to be showing you some data. It's always interesting just to know where the hell we got that from. Got that logo down there at the bottom, Ping. That's a quarterly study we do just kind of on our own dime, really for just our own knowledge, because clients ask a boatload of questions, and quite often they're not exactly the ones that are burning in our minds. So I'm going to be referring to a lot of data that's from a technology study that we did over in 2008, some early stuff we're doing in 2009, some value stuff, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, you can read through that. We do a boatload of research into this. In any given year, we probably design and execute tons of different qual sessions with hundreds of different audiences here across Canada and the States. We recruit and manage panels, and we deal with tens of thousands of young panelists, running brands, running creative advisory panels, 4 different types of organizations, and then, of course, we probably survey well over 100,000 young Canadians just here in Canada, and then we do a bunch of stuff in America. So there we go. Cool. Any questions? So I'm going to start off with a stat. I'm going to be focusing in a bit on branding and things like that, what this means to young people today. 65.8%. What is that? That's a percentage of 14 to 34-year-olds in North America. This is aggregated across the continent, not including Mexico. Soon they'll be in there, I'm sure, who agree with the statement that people place too much importance on brands. Interesting, isn't it? So what the hell is up with the notion of brands? And this is a whole, we're all brands, of course we understand that. Young people more innately than any of us understand that anybody can be a brand. For God's sakes, they do it all the time. The idea of brands has always been moving. It's a moving target all the time. The public interest in it and the support of them, it waxes and wanes on a whole bunch of different things. Consumer confidence, functional attributes, whether or not their bullshit detectors are on high alert this year, all that kind of stuff. And of course, given their ever-increasing control of media and culture, and in turn, brands, young North Americans, young citizen consumers, which is what I like to call them, they're increasingly interested in and involved in what brands do and how brands act. And we're all brands here. I know we're going to be talking a lot about content, but at the end of the day, we're all working for getting some message out there, be it for a government, for the cultural arts, for a brand that pays for the people that are carrying it, all that kind of stuff. So, what's the context here? We all know about the unprecedented changes that have happened. You know, incredible media saturation, remarkable media literacy. It's getting better. due to a whole bunch of different organizations. I think the Shaw Rocket Fund here in this province is definitely helping things out on that way, on that level. We've always known a multi-channel universe, more advertising than ever before, much more content than ever before. We know what's happening. And you know, one thing I always talk about when I'm sort of setting the stage in this level is I just always ask us just to remember who invented Google, Facebook, MySpace, and YouTube. As we all know, those were invented by North Americans 25 years of age and younger. So these are the new media barons. This is what we're talking about right now. Young people understand that. And these new youth-crafted tools of expanded self-publication, self-promotion, socializing, they're becoming effing ubiquitous, as we all know. And I put up here the printing press. We're involved in a time of the printing press. This is the very, very crazy times. Martin Luther did some good, I was going to say shit, but he did some good stuff with his printing press. He changed culture. He moved the generation along, new ways of communication, new ways that entire society looked at itself, really changed things. This is exactly what's happening now, as I'm sure we're all aware. And as Martin Luther knows, and as we all know, if you're in control of the technology, then of course you're in control of the culture, and then of course you're feeling much more confident in yourselves, you're in control of your lives, and you're in control of your own communication. This is what's going on right now.